Looking for a way to get healthy? The Chef You and I program has the answer. Kathryn Raaker and chefs from around the nation will teach even the most inexperienced how to cook. Come into their kitchen and watch them take ordinary foods with loads of calories and fat and turn those foods into healthier dishes. You will be the first to get tips and ideas on foods that are easy to prepare. Now let's join Kathryn and today's chef and learn how to make today's recipes.
Hi, this is Kathryn Raaker of The Chef You and I, and we are on location today at one of my favorite places on earth, and that is the Country Lodge at Sabbath Farm. And we're with the owner and innkeeper, my friend, Carolyn Boatman. Carolyn, I want to welcome you to our show.
Thank you.
And you know, we are now on the Foodie TV network.
Yay, Kathryn Raaker. That is so wonderful.
And you know what's really cool, Carolyn? Last year we came down, and you have a beautiful farm, a gorgeous bed and breakfast, and you actually, can you tell the audience what you do? A little bit about you. Go ahead.
Well, I have been doing program directing for a long time, and I love my Country Lodge because it gives me the opportunity to continue that. I design programs to get people out here. I do pie bakes, I do canning boot camps, I do retreats next year, Spa for the Soul. I'll be doing 7 different retreats, so that pretty well covers.
And you're an artist. You're a really famous artist.
Yeah,
and
I enjoy my art.
And you do spirit?
Soul prints.
Soul prints.
Yeah, spirit soul prints.
I haven't done yet.
I know, you need to
learn
do that.
We need to learn that. You know, I love this time of year because it's fall. All the leaves are down now, and pretty soon we're going to have Thanksgiving and Christmas and the holidays. And you know, I happen to pick up the Good Housekeeping Thanksgiving publication, and I found this really cool pie on the front, which I really loved. So I called you and I said, can we do that same pie? We're going to do ours a little bit different, right?
Right.
And I have to tell you that I love berry pie, especially organic berry. And it's really, our show's mission is to get you healthy. And you are the same way as I am. And the cool part about it was that everything that we're using is organic.
That's great. That's great.
And I love pie, but you know, it's a lot of calories. So we brought this pie down to about 300 calories.
Good.
The way we did it. So we're going to attempt to make this today, and you're going to show our audience how to cut out the leaves for the top of the pie. Because the pie doesn't have a top crust, it has leaves on top.
That's right, and it makes it very easy doing it that way.
And it's pretty, right?
It's beautiful. How appropriate. Falling leaves for falling pies.
Right, didn't you love it? And then we're going to do a pork dish that actually I created a couple of weeks ago, and of course I always give it to my partner, Mr. Bill, to try. And if it succeeds, then we put it on the air.
Oh, that's wonderful. It obviously succeeded.
It did succeed. And I got to tell you, it's really, a lot of our viewers are beginner cooks. Or they want to learn how to cook healthier. So this is basically showing them how to do that. So the first thing that we're going to do today, since you're the master of the pies, is we're going to make our pie first. Can we start doing that now? And let's talk about it.
Okay, well, today basically it's not about the pie crust, it's about the filling.
Right.
Because it's your pie filling that's going to make this pie so wonderful. What I'm going to do is demonstrate rolling out the pie crust, some easy, simple things to make it most easy for you.
Right.
Putting it into the pie plate, pre-baking it with the beans, and then decorating the top after Kathryn puts her wonderful, yummy, very berry filling in.
Right, and it's a really simple berry. It's cranberries, which I love.
Awesome.
It
so
is
healthy.
And raspberries and blueberries all together in this very berry pie, right? And they used to make a lot of berry pies in the old days, you know, and I think it's such a healthier pie for you anyhow, right?
Yes, it is.
And there's no, the wonderful thing about it, it's all organic. I mean, it's with it's with sugars that are raw sugar and ingredients that are really healthy for you. So let's do this. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to read off what you're going to put. You've already made the crust, but I'm going to give them the ingredients if you don't mind.
Okay.
I'll be right back. We're back on the Chef You and I, and Carolyn, you pre-made this beautiful pie crust, but I'm going to give our viewers the ingredients so they know how to do it, and you're going to actually show them how to roll it out, correct?
And can I say something?
Sure, go right
This
ahead.
pie crust has been put in the refrigerator for 30 minutes at least, and then it makes it very nice. If you roll it out and fold it into a square and wrap it in cellophane and put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes or more, you can refrigerate up to 2 days, or you can freeze it. Getting back to folding, why we did that, it's going to give your pie crust lots of buttery layers.
And that's what's really important, because there is butter in this.
Yes, there is.
And they're all ingredients that are natural ingredients that we use. And so here we go. It's a 2-pie pastry, because we're going to cut the leaves out. So it's 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, a ½ teaspoon of salt, 10 tablespoons of butter cut up and very cold, 6 trans fat-free shortening, 7 to 9 tablespoons of ice water. So now look at how beautiful that is rolling out.
It really is rolling out.
It's really
nice.
cool. But you're going to let me learn how to cut, aren't you?
Well, I'm going to let you learn.
Oh, you're going to allow to do?
And
Okay.
you always want to work from the inside out and work on. It's a square, so you're kind of turning it into a circle.
So I'm going to do this, right?
Yes.
And then come like this, maybe.
Yeah. And get a little flour if it starts pulling up. You don't want your.
You don't want that to pull up, right? So that's really important, people. So you want to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this is the one that's going to go into the actual, the pie shell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we've got our pie shell prepped. They say that you should always spray your pie plate.
Yeah, and I always
before you put your
do.
crust in, so there's no sticky crust.
Are we getting there?
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to make a circle here. You know, this is the kind of thing that's really funny, because then you get the flour on you, and you know, you've seen those commercials, right? Right?
Yes.
Where they laugh and say, we did all this work.
Flour
And so you're
gets all
putting
over
it,
the
you're
place.
putting it all over there, right?
Mhm.
So you tell me when I'm getting there.
Okay, this side seems to be a little thicker. And
Okay.
you want your crust to be pretty consistent. And I think that's looking very good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So now what do we
Now
do?
let's hope that, yeah, this is lovely crust.
Wow.
I like this recipe. There are all kinds of crust recipes.
You know, I grew up with the ice water thing, my mom, and the ice cube thing, because my mom used to make pies all the time. I think I told you the story about Flippy's pie dish, didn't I?
No, tell
Oh,
me
I
about
have
it.
to tell you. Well, we had a wonderful dog named Flippy. You know, we were talking about my wonderful dog Flippy. Well, it was my first pie. So, and I'm from a very big family, and I started cooking when I was like about 7, right? So my dad said, I'd love to have an apple pie or something, and I'm looking everywhere, and I can't find a pie plate. So I thought, well, Flippy will not die. So I cleaned out the pie plate, and I made the pie, and I sat down. We all had a slice of pie, and my dad goes, where's Flippy's bowl? And I went, And so that was my first experiment. Now, what are you doing here, Carolyn?
I am making it as easy as possible. It's so much easier to cut your crust instead of cutting it with a knife.
That's easier.
Yeah, it's real easy
Right.
this way.
And do you have to pinch this one?
Nope.
No, because you're not going to put a second crust on it.
No.
Is that correct?
That's right.
And so the beans are for what reason do we need the beans? I know, but our audience may not know.
Beans are used instead of weights. You can buy weights. You can buy weights from many, many shops today and pay pretty much for them.
Right.
Our grandmothers used beans.
Which
And
is a
this
smart way to do it. And then
This
you
is
can
what we
eat the
do.
beans for something else,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Or if you're going to do a lot of pies,
Right.
you can save them in a jar and use them over and,
And over again.
and
You want me to hold that for
That
you?
would be very
Okay.
helpful because I'm going to pour these beans in.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Woo! All right, so you put them all the way to the top, right?
Yes.
Okay.
all the way around because it's going to hold your pie crust up.
Right.
If you were to pre-bake your pie crust without beans or weights,
Right, it
your
would.
crust, because it's made with Crisco and butter, it's
Right.
a soft crust. It's
right.
going to collapse. And you're just
Okay.
going to have a puddle of crust in the bottom of your pie plate.
Oh,
so
wow.
the beans will hold this all in place.
That's great. That's beautiful. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put that in a preheated 400 or 375 degree oven.
400.
Correct? 400 degree oven.
For 10 minutes.
Okay. And then that way, so if you wouldn't mind going and putting it in the
Okay,
oven.
will do.
You know, you can always find all of our recipes on thechefyouandI.com, and on the Foodie TV network, our recipes will be up there too. And we need to take a short break, and we'll be right back on The Chef You and I with Kathryn Raaker and Carolyn Boatman.